The Couple Next Door, written by Peg Lynch and starring Peg Lynch and Alan Bunce.
It's National Nutty Jell-O Week.
Tell everybody you know, and don't let the week go by without Jell-O.
This is Don Wilson. You know, you're missing a lot of fun if you haven't tried tangy, fruit-flavored Jell-O just bursting with crunchy walnuts and luscious sliced bananas. Come on, everybody, come out of your shell. Treat your family to Jell-O with walnuts and bananas this week.
Jell-O.
Betsy, now please finish your breakfast, dear, so Aunt Effie and I can get the dishes done.
What are we going to do about the turkey that's left?
Is there enough to get another dinner out of it for us?
Oh, I don't think so. 16 people made quite a dent in it. Of course, maybe I could make chicken a la king. There's enough for that.
Yeah, turkey a la king. Isn't it time you went to work, dear?
I am not going to the office today.
You're not?
No, I'm not. Decided to take the day off.
Oh, well, that's wonderful because there's a million things to do. Why don't we wallpaper the kitchen here today?
Wallpaper the kitchen?
Well, it has to be done, and my goodness, now that we've moved into the house, the sooner we get all the rest of the painting and the papering done, the sooner we'll really get settled.
Why do we have to spend a day working? Aunt Effie's here visiting. I'm home. I thought we could all have a nice, pleasant day together.
Well, if we wallpaper the kitchen, we'll all be together.
I'm going over to Mary Lou's to play, Daddy.
Oh, why don't you stay home and be with your daddy? My gosh, I hardly ever see you.
Oh, no, Daddy. Mary Lou asked me over to play, and it's my Thanksgiving vacation.
Is that all Thanksgiving means to you? Just a vacation?
Oh, honey, now don't start
Well,
that,
Donna,
dear.
I thought we could all have a nice, quiet day together. Not doing anything special, but just being together. Sort of a lazy day, sitting around talking, maybe take a drive.
Honey, there's so much to do.
And since I'm here, I want to help. My goodness, I just can't sit around and do nothing anyhow.
And I want to go over to Mary Lou. She asked me.
Well, I mean, what would we sit around and just talk about, dear?
Well, for Pete's sake, surely with my aunt and my wife and my child, we got something in common.
Honey.
Hardly see each other. I'm going all day. Betsy's in school, and she goes to bed early. Aunt Effie hasn't been with us for months. And...
Well, all right, dear. We can sit around and talk for a while.
I want to go to Mary Lou's.
You can go to Mary Lou's later. First of all, we're going to sit around and have fun with Daddy. Well, I finished the breakfast dishes now, dear. We can... Oh, where's Daddy?
I don't know.
Well, put your coloring book away. Aunt Effie!
I'll be right there. Just want to get this cake in the oven.
Where do you think Daddy went?
Maybe in his den. Daddy!
Well, I got the cake in the oven, and I've started the turkey a la king. Might as well
good.
cook it up now, then we can just heat it for dinner tonight.
Yes, that's wonderful, Aunt Effie. Goodness, you don't have to do all that. You worked so hard yesterday with all the folks here.
Oh, you know me, dear. I can't sit still. I like to be doing something.
Yes, well...
How long do you think we've got to sit around and talk?
Well, I don't know. I can't even find him. Maybe he's in his den. Dear? Oh, here you are. Come on.
Huh?
Come on.
Come on, what?
Well, we're all gathered in the living room.
Oh, what are you going to do?
I thought you wanted to talk. We were all to relax together.
Oh, my gosh, it's been so long. First you had to do the dishes, and Aunt Effie wanted to stir up a cake or something.
did.
You had to bathe Bobby and feed him. I mean, I got started on some reports here now.
Well, do you want to call it off? We've got plenty to do.
Oh, no. I'll be right there.
Oh, Aunt Effie, give Bobby the rest of his bottle there, will you, dear?
Yes, I will.
Well, we're all here. We're all here now, Daddy. There, you're all right, Bobby. Now put your coloring book away, Betsy. Now, what can we all talk about, Daddy, that we have in common, huh?
Well, I don't know. For one thing, it certainly seems appropriate to speak about Thanksgiving.
That was yesterday, Daddy.
Well, all right, I know, honey, but we didn't discuss it, and...
Well, what is there to discuss about it, dear?
Well, I asked Betsy at the breakfast table what Thanksgiving meant to her, and she said a vacation. Well, I just thought that's hardly the point of Thanksgiving.
Oh, darling, when you're little and going to school, you know.
Well, I think it would mean more than that to her. It's when you're little that you should learn the meaning of these things. Didn't you learn about Thanksgiving in school, Betsy, honey? Betsy!
Darling, put away your crayons. Daddy's talking to you.
What, Daddy?
I said, didn't you learn about Thanksgiving in school?
I guess so.
You guess so? Well, what did you learn?
I don't know.
She doesn't know.
Betsy Shirley, your teacher spoke of Thanksgiving, dear.
Oh, look at Bobby. He's
Betsy.
smiling. Isn't that adorable?
Aw.
Oh, he's Aunt Effie's boy. Yes, he is.
Oh, darling, look at your son, Bobby. Look at that. Look at it, darling.
Yes, I see. Yeah, I Skipper boy. Now look, Betsy, what did you learn in school about Thanksgiving?
About the Pilgrims.
All right, what about the Pilgrims?
I don't know. We drew a picture of a pilgrim and then cut it out and hung it on the wall.
Oh, well, there, now, that's fine.
And Tommy said Susie's pilgrim wasn't any good at all. And she's asked her to draw it, and Susie kicked him in the stomach, and Tommy cried.
Yeah, well, that's not the...
And Susie said she didn't kick him in the stomach, and said he kicked her first. But that wasn't true, because I saw Susie kick him, so Susie was a liar.
Yes, well, yes, or anyhow, look, let's get back to the Pilgrims, shall we?
I think I'll just go take a look at my cake.
Well,
That's all right. You go right on about the Pilgrims, dear.
Betsy, do you know what the Pilgrims did?
They ate dinner.
They ate dinner. All right, but what was the occasion? I mean, what were they doing?
Eating.
No. I mean, who else was there? Who did they eat with?
I don't know. Their wives, I suppose.
No. Well, yes, but I mean, who else? Wasn't anybody else there?
I suppose some neighbors.
Well, all right, yes. Who were the neighbors? Who were the Indians?
Darling,
well, I mean,
don't
didn't
get
your
like
teacher
that.
tell you about the Indians
Now,
being
just calm
there?
down.
Oh, yes.
Well, all right. Well, what about the Indians? What did you learn about them?
They had a feather in the back of their heads.
Oh, for Pete's sake. Is this the education that she is getting? I asked you.
Yeah, I don't know. Just a second. There's the milkman. Aunt Effie, there's the milkman. Will you tell him we want 3 quarts of milk and 1 medium cream?
All right, dear.
Now, look, Betsy, did the Indians bring food to the Pilgrims?
Yes, they bought corn.
Ah, well, at last, golly, she learned something. Now, look, didn't your teacher explain why we celebrate Thanksgiving? Why the Pilgrims celebrated Thanksgiving?
I want to go over to Mary Lou. She's waiting for me.
He doesn't have any medium cream. Only the heavy.
All right, get heavy cream then, Aunt Effie, and cottage cheese.
Look, you are not
Go on,
going to
dear.
Mary Lou's until you tell me what you learned about Thanksgiving now, Betsy.
The Pilgrims ate dinner with the Indians. And they had turkey and cranberries and pumpkin pie with whipped cream, and that's why we do too.
Oh, no, dear. The Pilgrims did not have turkey and cranberries and pumpkin pie with whipped cream.
Why, yes, they did, dear.
Oh, no, they did not.
They did too, Daddy.
What, trying to confuse the child?
Confused her. I'm trying to set her straight.
I want to go to Mary Lou's.
You sit still. Look, I am going to get out the encyclopedia and tell you the true facts about Thanksgiving. And so the Pilgrims, who had very little to eat, you see, decided to proclaim a holiday that they might rejoice and be thankful together. And now here is what they had to eat. Venison, that's deer, dear.
You know what deer are, Betsy. You know, like Bambi.
They ate Bambi?
Oh, no. Why do you tell her that? No. Now, listen, will you? They ate venison and roast duck, roast goose, clams, and other shellfish. They had eels and white bread and cornbread and leeks and watercress. And for dessert, they had wild plums and dried berries.
They had turkey, too.
No. It says right here there is no actual record that says the Pilgrims had turkey for Thanksgiving or cranberries, and they did not have pumpkin pie.
Oh, my goodness. I think it's nicer to think the Pilgrims had turkey and pumpkin pie.
Nicer. I want Betsy to learn facts, Aunt Effie.
Oh.
Now, here, this is interesting. Here's something else here. It was President Lincoln who, in 1863, proclaimed the first national Thanksgiving.
I don't see any point in confusing Betsy at this point. Really, I don't.
Confusing? What are you talking about? Is it confusion to hear the truth?
I want to go to Mary Lou's. There's going to be a whole bunch of kids there, and we were going to play in Billy's treehouse.
All right. I'll take you right now, and I'll take the encyclopedia with me, too.
Why? You are not going to lecture all the children, dear.
Darling, please. We parents also have a great responsibility in the education of our children. Now, just let me do this, will you please? My own way.
We'll return to the couple next door in just a moment. When you have only so much money to spend for something, obviously, you're going to try to get the best value you can for the money. When you have only so much time to spend, the same sort of evaluation holds true. That's why so many people who are pressed for time rely on CBS News for their information about what's going on in the world. With CBS News, they know they're getting the news swiftly and comprehensively. All the news that's important for them to know. But listening to CBS News, they know they're getting something more as well. The seasoned judgments and critical understanding of some of the world's most distinguished reporters and newsmen go into the reporting of the news. CBS newsmen do more than rattle off headlines. They sift out the trivial, put the important news into perspective, present a balanced news picture, a picture that makes the news make sense. If you don't have all day to spend reviewing the news, spend the time you do have as wisely and rewardingly as possible. Depend on CBS News.
All right, please calm down, Mr. What did you say your name was?
Bassett. William Bassett. Is the great teacher here?
Well, dear, won't you come in, Mr.
No,
Bassett?
thank you. I can say what I have to say mighty quick.
My goodness, what is all the shouting about?
This is my husband's aunt, Miss Sorensen, Mr. Bassett.
How do you do?
For Pete's sakes, what's the matter?
Piper?
Yes?
Bassett. William Bassett. Billy Bassett's father. And I will thank you not to butt in on the education of my son.
Well, what's the trouble? I don't believe I even know your son.
That was his tree house you climbed into with all the kids and spouted off all this stuff about the Pilgrims not having turkey for Thanksgiving.
Oh, well, my dear Mr. Bassett.
I am not your dear Mr. Bassett. I'm a father, and I don't like my son coming in the house and telling me I'm wrong, that I don't know what I'm talking about, when everybody knows the Pilgrims had turkey for Thanksgiving. That's why we celebrate it that way.
Well, I'm very sorry, but there is no actual record.
I don't care about any actual record. Thanksgiving means turkey. I was brought up that way, and I want my kid brought up that way.
Well, now, it may be traditional, but if you want the facts...
The facts? Do you know what my son wants? Now he wants to have Thanksgiving dinner all over again because he says we did it wrong. And where, may I ask, wise guy, am I going to get venison, roast duck, roast goose, wild plums, and dried berries, to say nothing of eels?
Well, now, I never for one moment suggested to the children...
Look, in the future, mind your own business, huh? I don't care what you tell your children, but leave mine alone. What was good enough for my father and his father is good enough for my son. And that's turkey for Thanksgiving. Good day.
Huh? Boy, how stupid can you be? Why, the children loved hearing about that first real Thanksgiving. What's this...
Obviously. And if Billy Bassett is an example of how it impressed them, then I suggest you start planning ahead for our next Thanksgiving, dear, when Betsy will want venison, roast duck, roast goose, wild plums, and dried berries.
And eels, dear.
Yes, and eels, dear.
Oh, golly, well, what's the...
The Couple Next Door is written by Peg Lynch and stars Peg Lynch and Alan Bunce with Margaret Hamilton, Francie Myers, and Madeline Pierce, and is produced by Walter Hart. This is Stuart Metz inviting you to listen again Monday for The Couple Next Door.